Today is the COVID-19 bike race. How's that for clickbait? Hey cycling community, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. I am scheduled to do two 20-minute fast-paced intervals up a climb. And so I thought, I need to chase somebody. Especially now, I hardly get to see anybody, even if they're far away, with social distancing. I actually had this other teammate who was going to do it, but a couple days ago on a gravel ride, he crashed and then had to go and get some x-rays, which is not something you want to do at this time with the COVID-19 thing. So I looked around for some other teammates because this is Friday today. It's Good Friday, and some people are working, some people aren't. And all the other teammates that are still riding that I could use on this, well, they're much better climbers than me, to varying degrees. So I did find somebody. So hopefully this swell on the video turned out to be something that's entertaining for you all. And that'll be functional for me. I mean, it'll be functional for me. I think even if he's like half a mile up and I still see him, I'm going to chase like hell. But anyway, that's the plan. So in terms of the actual details of when we're allowed to pass, how far we have to stay from each other, I'm going to be going over that later on in the video, right at the bottom of the climb before we start. When we get to the bottom of the 4-lane, we'll stop, like 6 feet apart, and then I'll go over the stuff again, and then we'll do our thing. So the way we work this is, you recall from that article that I sent, where they talked about running and cycling and social distancing, that when we're standing here, 6 feet is the minimum that's needed. But when you're walking, they suggest 10 meters, like 33 feet. And when you're running or cycling, going fast cycling, then they say double that to 20 meters. So that'll be like 60 feet. So we're going to be going uphill. So I figure that's going to be closer to the walking speed. So we should keep a 6-foot minimum. So like in the article they were saying, instead of the circle of air around you when you're standing still, it turns more like a comet when you're moving. If Chris was here and I had a better chance of catching him and passing him, what I would tell him is that if you think somebody is coming up behind you, go all the way to the right as you safely can. And then I would go off into the lane. We don't have a lot of traffic, we'll have to watch that. And then pass that way. And if for some reason, and when you pass me, and if I think I can stay with you, I won't. I'll come back or I'll go into the lane.
I would have loved to have given you a good show at this point in the video, but Gary's a lot stronger climber than I am. We started about 7 bike lengths apart, and then he took off like he was shot out of a cannon. I kept pace for him for a bit, but he can do the shooting out of a cannon a lot longer than I can. Setting that aside, this workout was safe, fun to set up, and had potential for me. Is anyone out there doing something similar to this? Please put in the comments below. I'm looking for new ideas.
Oh man.
Where's 20 minutes go?
Pardon?
Where's 20 minutes go?
20 minutes that was my only good interval. But I was feeling my stomach then. Boy, it's a distinctly different taste. And actually different packaging. Slightly. But I'll call and find out what's going on. Maybe they stated something and I just missed it. So for the record, what is your weight?
Right now about 183.
I am 168 this morning. What is your racing age?
53.
53?
Yeah.
Wow, I remember when I was 53. Yeah, 65 for me. Cool. Well, you'll drop faster than I will, so you go first.
Straight to the car and I'll meet you at the car.
Sounds good. Thanks. It was a familiar feeling, especially when I was coming back down. Just didn't have a lot of energy. Ever since I healed from my collarbone break, I had acquired some convalescent fat. And I carry a lot of my fats in my stomach and sides, the left handles. And so rather than try and get rid of it quickly, because that would have an effect on my training, I just didn't worry about it too much and just focused on my training, and I got my FTP up to 291 watts for a 20-minute FTP. Time the Fetching Mrs. Cycling Greek is saying, you're always telling me you have a food baby, you can't have a food baby 24/7. This first week I decided to just cut my calories quite a bit, and I lost like 3.5 pounds. Still have ways to go, but I can tell I went from 2-pack stomach to starting to get a 4-pack stomach when I wake up early in the morning. And so, that's looking better. So visually, I'm looking better. Going out here and doing this workout, doing tough workouts when you're losing a lot of weight, a lot of calorie restriction, it doesn't work. Now that I'm going back to harder training again, I'm cutting that calorie restriction. Okay, so basically, that's how you have a race during these COVID-19 times. Anyway, that's something you guys can do. Make sure that if you're behind somebody, remember 6.5 bike lengths when you're going slow to moderate, but if you're going fast, you got to double that. That's a lot of time. So it works a lot better with climbing, but excuse me. But it'll be obviously you're going to be like, 12, 13, 14 bike lengths apart if you're on the flats doing something like this. Still, it could be better than just riding alone. I hope you got something out of this video and got some ideas that you can do at home, so you don't have to do Zwift all the time. I tell you, it does a hard good to ride with somebody, even though you're 6.5 to 14 bike lengths away. Remember, my Strava link is going to be in the description below. That link's going to suck in terms of my performance, but it's going to be there. And remember, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.